ago, right? All for this moment. It's about honor. It's about respect. We win this game, you're honored. Your kids are honored. Your families are honored. Win on three. 1, 2, 3.
SML! The truth! Podcast. Bringing you the truth of what's really going on in the SML. How you guys doing out there? It's Coach Pauly in here, and we're coming at you with another episode of The Truth Around the SML broadcast. A very action-packed show here. As let me run down the agenda real quick. We have a very popular guest on the show today. He's done a lot in the SML in a very short time. Let's put it at that. I'm going to run through the standings of the league quickly. I'm going to go through Pauly's game of the week. And then I'm going to run through Pauly's top 10 power rankings and finish off with a couple questions on water cooler talk. But without further ado, I just want to get into, honoring the GOAT, Tom Brady, 6-time champ, best player ever to, play in the NFL, obviously. And I just wish him luck in his new endeavors at Tampa Bay, and I'm rooting for him for the next 2 years. Even though I'm still a Pats fan at heart, I want him to do well and prove and be the best quarterback, not only in the AFC, but in the NFC. And, hats off to Tom Brady. And, my heart was a little bit hurt for the couple days, but I'm getting over it now. And I'm excited for his new endeavor with a new team with some weapons. And we'll see what he can offer to the table, But without further ado, we have a very special guest on the line. I'm going to ask him a couple questions. But before we get him on, we'll just give him a little introduction because he definitely deserves an introduction. Without a doubt, he did something in the SML that nobody has ever done before. So, he earned it. He earned it, and he's won a couple championships in different leagues, and you probably know who I'm talking about right now. But right now, we're going to play that.
The champ is here! The champ is here! The champ is here!
Yes, sir. I want to welcome the Skins owner, Sunday Squad, the champ. How you doing, bud? Trev, how you doing, bud? Are you there? Trevor! Are you there? Did I lose you? Trevor! Trev! Are you there? Uh-oh. Technical difficulties? Trev! Are you there? Trev! Trevor!
Hey, Pauly, how's it going, man?
Can you hear me? All right, here we go.
Yeah.
We got a little communication breakdown, but can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you a little bit, just cutting out.
All right. Let's see if we can get through this. So, quick question for you to start off. How easy was the Super Bowl win versus the Bills versus Conk? It seemed pretty easy for the rest of us watching.
Yeah, honestly, I'd say probably one of the easier games in the SML for me. The NFC playoffs was a lot harder, I'd say. Oshie, Gov, those guys are all good players, but Conk, he's got a one-dimensional offense, one-dimensional defense, and I just picked it apart, picked him off a few times, and ended the game quickly.
Nice. I like that. And, a lot of people agree with you. That's for sure. Now, congrats on your team winning it all, obviously. You're the kind of like the baby GOAT in the making. Did you have any free agent pickups or trades to make your team better?
Yeah, I did. What is his name? Dante Pettis. I got him for a first-round pick from Conk.
Wow.
Should help my offensive game. I think last year my receivers were like 74 overall, like 87 speed guys. So it's pretty tough getting them open. But with a few new receivers and I think a new tight end I got in free agency, should help a lot this year.
Nice. Wow, that's good. Bill's kind of, he kind of felt bad. He kind of felt bad for his performance, and he's throwing players at you. That's good. Conk, nice job, buddy. Why
Yeah,
don't you give the
and
best
I think
player in the league better players? Nice job, dude. But going on, question 3. So your division is hands down the best, even though the standings right now might not predict that. But I expect things to level out over the course of the season. Who do you think is the second best division in the in SML?
hmm, um, I'd probably have to say the NFC North.
NFC
They
North,
got
huh? Woo! I love.
yeah,
Ooh, that's nice. I like that. I like that already, man. I like that.
yeah. Honestly, I'd say Oshi's probably the hardest player I played against. It's just he's his users all over the field. You can't really avoid that.
hmm
And then you got Lawyer, always a tough matchup. I don't think I've played the Lions yet, or maybe I have, but I heard he's a solid player, just has a poor team.
hmm
And then we got you, of course. I mean, I know you can hold your own.
Yeah, once in a while, I have to get a good start and not get people hurt versus good competition, and I think I'm good. But you're a force,
Yeah,
man. You are definitely a force. I was surprised about that last loss to Mike, but everybody gets lucky once in a
yeah,
while, and I think Mike doesn't really work on the weekdays. He had some time to prepare. He works like 2 days a week on the weekends, and I kind of he had that as a bigger game than you did. You took him lightly. I get it. Mike gets up for that kind of stuff, and but next time I think you'll take him.
yeah. I mean, it was all my fault. I'll play better next time.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt about that, no doubt. So I got 2 more questions for you. Who will be your toughest competitor coming out of the NFC? You think this year? And I know there's a kind of a kryptonite in the NFC for you, which is Grams, because you haven't beaten him yet. But will he be your toughest in the NFC? You think?
Yeah, I'd say Grams or Oshi.
Grams or Oshie? Yeah.
And
Why does
I mean, you got
Grams give
Gov
you so
too.
much?
You got Gov too, but he's what is he like 0-3 right now?
Yeah, but he'll
But
be
I mean, you
back
can't count him
soon.
out.
Yeah, I think he'll be back. He'll be back. But
Yeah.
what Graham's game gives you so much problem?
I think he knows how to play me. So I mean, if you want to know how to beat me, just watch how he plays.
There'll be a lot of people
I gotta,
hitting him up.
yeah, I gotta adjust my game.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I appreciate that you don't, blame anything else. You just blame yourself. That's what I do too when I lose,
Yeah.
even though you don't lose half as much as I do. But how about the AFC? Who do you think you're gonna see in the Super Bowl if you get there again?
I mean, you can't count out. You can't count out Prime.
Who? Who'd you say? Prime?
Yeah.
Yeah, you said Prime. Oh, I just making sure. I didn't know.
I'm not.
Wait, he's in our league, right? Last question for you, real quick. The word around the SML, a lot of my DMs are blowing up. You can't consider this guy good. He just won one. Big whoop. He's not the real deal until he beats the champ, the GOAT, the SML 15 time champ. Hold on, wait. We got Prime right on the line here. Hold on. Wait, is Prime? Are you there?
This is prime time, 000, 15 time SML champion.
Oh, Prime's in the house. So what do you think about that? That people think that,
Yeah, I mean it's understandable, but I mean, Prime. If I ever play in the Super Bowl, I'll guarantee a win.
Yes. Oh, wait, we got Prime back in here. We got Prime. Oh, Prime.
It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be fire.
Wow, dude, Prime loves it, man. Prime loves it, and I'm looking forward to a match between you and him. And I know everybody is. You got any other words you want to say? You think it's true that unless you beat him, you're considered the best?
No, I wouldn't say that. I don't think he's the best this cycle.
And
At least not now. Not now. Not since I've been here.
And I agree. Like I've seen his game. I've seen a couple other guys' game. I do a lot of studying, and I agree with you. Wait, anything else to say, champ? Anything else or ex-champ? Is there anything else? Do you want to say? Let's see. Prime, you there?
You hit the nail right on the head.
All right, good. We hit the nail right on the head. Thanks, Prime. Thanks. QB. He got whipped by QB Stud. I was watching that game, and that was one of the most intriguing games so far I've watched. I'll talk a little bit more about that later. That kind of put me on the bandwagon of is Prime done kind of thing. But Hey, Sunday Squad, I want to thank you for coming on. You have any other words to say to the league before you depart us?
Nothing else.
Nothing else? You're good? So, hey,
Yep.
I expect a strong performance. I'm a big fan of yours because we went up through the primer together. You beat me in the Super Bowl 28-0, and then you shut me out again 20-0 last week. So, until I figure out how to score against you, I'm going to be nice to you, man. That's my take on that.
All right. Thanks, Pauly.
All right, buddy. Take it easy. All right, fellas. So that was Coach Sunday Squad. The champ was here, and now he's not anymore. So next, I'm just gonna take a quick look around the league. We're already 10 minutes in. I don't want to drag this on too much. We're gonna take a quick look around the league and say who's hot and who's definitely not. So what we have here, we're gonna start off in the AFC North. We have the Ravens just won a game, barely. I saw that versus the Bengals, the 0-5 Bengals, and he struggled. I got more to say about Meats during the power rankings. He's 4-1, doing pretty good so far. 118 points for, 85 points against. Then we have the Steelers. Took a little break, and he's back, and he's doing pretty well. 3-1. Chrisman, 3-1. Then we got the Browns, Woods, the oldest player in the league. I'll let him know that. 2-1. And then we got the Bengals, Rowan. We got him 0-5, but he did give Meats a good game today. So, but this division, I say it's a 3-team race at this point, and Rowan going for that draft pick, I think, for the most part. Let's go to AFC South. AFC South is, look who's back again. Look who's flipping back again. The guy, the GOAT. 15-time champions, 4-1. Even though that one was ugly loss. And I'll get into that later, but that was an ugly loss, man. You're losing, QB stud just beat you up and drag you all over the pavement. Even though, I did hear, my DMs from a couple people that when QB stud got up by a couple touchdowns, that the Colts were just trying stuff out and seeing what would work in his anticipation for a playoff matchup. So he was just kind of, weighing the weaknesses of QB stud, not really trying. That's what I heard, and that's confirmed. So, if the Colts are really doing that, Prime's a smart guy. Maybe he was. We have Dump in second place, 2-3. 2-3 record for the Dump man. I expect more out of him. I think he will rebound. He will definitely rebound. He's a tough competitor and has a lot more time in his hands now, so like all of us do. Titty Titans, the trash can, takes a licking and keeps on ticking. For once, he's not worse in the division. He's 1-3 right now, but below him is Field, 1-4. Wow. Titans probably gonna, take a snapshot of those standings and put it up in his room because I don't know when's the last time he hasn't been last place, but right now, Field General in last place. He probably has a lot of calls right now. People, a lot of anxiety, busy at work, with the coronavirus. So hopefully Field makes a comeback there. I know he will because I don't know. I think Field should be better than Titty Titans. I play him later this year, and I'll be able to tell for myself. Next division, AFC East. This is my, let's say, top 2 divisions in the SML. Okay, I'm gonna go NFC when they start playing like they should, East, and then AFC East second, just because of these records here. We got the Pats, QB stud, Mr. Know-It-All, my new nickname, the Cheese Grater, because any cheese that comes in, he's quickly, putting everybody on notice and grading it out. Okay, that's what he does. So, smartest guy in the room, 4-0, 162 points for, 67 points against. Pretty impressive, man. And I watched his game versus Prime. And like I said, I already went into that, but it was like a man against a boy. And I don't know if Prime wasn't taking him seriously or what, but it was ugly. It was flipping ugly. And QB Stud's very patient in the pocket. You got to get pressure on him or he's going to pick you apart. He knows how to read, pre-snap reads. You got to confuse him a little bit, give him different looks, and then switch to a different look post-snap. That's my only advice after watching him. But he's a real good player. I wish I had half the skill he had, And then we got the Conkmeister. It's kind of dumbed down a bit in the league lately. Almost got booted again for running, punt freaking block on goal line to get the win versus somebody in the NFC. So, he's without his 2 best players the rest of the year. But, man, he was impressive. I think it was yesterday or the day before versus the Seahawks, man. In future. He was absolutely, killing them with all these backup scrubs. And I'm going to give him credit, man. Hey, this is the truth, and I only tell you the truth. No, I'm not sugarcoating, or nobody's greasing my palms here in this show. So, he's something to watch out for. And then we got Royce, 4-1. Man, he's so far one of my surprises so far this season. He's a solid player. Prime said he's the best user in the league, so we'll see. But if he can keep it up, man, my Massachusetts native, he's going to be sniffing the playoffs this year. And then we got KJ Lander, my boy, great family man. Great supporter of the Truth podcast, and he's 1-3. Him and he beat, I think, his 1 wins against Tinny Titans, so that doesn't really say much. But I know Tinny's working; he's getting better. So that's all I got to say about that. Next division, we got the AFC West. We got the Chiefs. Haas, who's been MIA a little lately, he's got 3-1 with the greatest team on the grass fields. And we got the Broncos. My boy Chris, I get a shout out for the backdrop. And then we got the Chargers, Blunt Burner at 1-3, and then the Raider fan at 1-3. He popped his cherry last season and started off strong. And Raider, my advice to you is maybe start drinking more, man. I think you were better when you were getting hammered and playing, because whatever you're doing now is not working at 1-3. I say this division comes down to the Chiefs and Broncos for a playoff spot, and we'll see. Maybe two teams from this division make it, maybe one. Next to the NFC North. Okay, yours truly, my division, even though I don't come close to ruling it. But we got the Bears, Oshie, who I play later tonight, 3-1. He's good. His user goes all over the place, like he's on Adderall, without Adderall, I should say, ADD. We got the Packers. I much respect him. Lawyer killer. He just came up with a big win versus Dump yesterday. He can play, man. If he knows your tendencies, he can shut him down. He's dangerous with the Packers. Got myself 2-2. With the Vikings, just call me average Pauly or 500 Pauly, whatever you are. I'm good with that, man. I'm having fun playing games. I'm getting better each week. That's all that matters for me, man. Lions, 0-5. This is surprising. JP, 0-5. He's not an 0-5 type player, man. I don't know. Maybe he's had a hard schedule. He's not really 0-5 to me. He's more like a 500 type player, not 0-5. Moving on. Next division, NFC South. We got the Buccaneers and Noel back in where he is familiar in first place, 3-1. We got the Saints at 1-2. Panthers, a little overrated. They just beat, the baby goat of the SML, I should say, Sunday. They worked all day for it, and I'll give them credit. They beat them. They beat them handily. They prepared. They did their work like any coach would. But this division's pretty weak, man. This division is not good. And then we got the Troll. The Fly, NYT at 1-3 at the bottom. But this division, other than Noel, I don't know. Unless ZZ, gets a shot at HGH and gets back up there. I don't know. Noel is dominating this division, NFC South, so far. I'll tell you one thing. I'd like to be in the NFC South, man. I wish I was in the NFC South. But, hey, I'm in the North, so I'll take it how I get it. Next division, NFC East. We got the Redskins, the baby goat. 4-1. His only losses to Mike, the Panthers, I think yesterday. Then we got Rams, 3-1. This is a guy that I don't think the Skins want to see, I guess. He's good. He's consistent. And he's almost older than me. So that's pretty good. And then we got the Giants. My boy Figs, the beer drinking champ right here. At 1-2. He's still getting his feet wet in the SML. Not really known. This ain't the primer, kid. As you know, my record. This ain't the primer. And then we got Gov, the most surprising record so far, okay, at 0-3. Gov, wake up, buddy. Wake up, buddy. SML's knocking at your door. Time to wake up and take some games serious here. So that's the NFC East so far. I think Gov makes a late run, but it's a 3-team race here, obviously, like always. Sorry, Figs. You came into a giant, man. You came into a giant. Thus the name, Giants, but you came into a giant, man. This is a giant division. Next division, last division, NFC West. This is another tough one, man. Another guy I have a lot of respect for in this league is Future. I played him. He crushed me. I wasn't ready. He's good. He's really good, man. He's always playing scrimmage. Seahawks, 3-2. Cardinals, okay, 2-3. The 49ers, spooky, 1-3. And then the Rams at 1-4. This division is another weird division, I see, the Seahawks taking it, man. I have a lot of respect for him. Like I said, I played him and he crushed me down. We have a terrible two-step here, and spooky. It's tough. It's a tough division. But I think there's one king in this division. It's the Seahawks. So that's my wrap around the league, man. I went kind of quick. I don't want to extend this too long. Next, I'm gonna do Pauly's game of the week. Let's do it.
It's time for Pauly's game of the week.
All right, my game of the week. Okay, my game of the week. It's gonna be week 6 game. Week 6 game because I don't want to do week 5 because we're currently in it. So week 6 game, I'm going Jags at Pats. The 2-3 Jags at the 4-0 Pats. Okay, Pats are number 1 in the SML in offensive points scoring. Okay, while the Jags are the 29th offense in the SML. Very disappointing. That dump was so great last season with his offense, and now he's 29th. So are people figuring him out? Maybe. Who knows? But Pat's 4-0. I already said enough about him. He's playing really well, very impressive. First in scoring. The Pats wins 44-10 versus the Finns, 34-24 versus the Rams, and then a very impressive beat down of the 15-time champ, 38-16, which is a it was TKO in the second, in that game. But hey, everybody has a bad game, I guess. And then, he beat the Titans, and he has the Niners to go this week. While the Jags lost to the Colts, 24-0, I think. And then he beat the Bears, which is a great win, beat the Finns, and then he lost to the Colts again. And then he lost to the Packers, who are a very, very great team in the NFC. So, I don't know, Dump. In this game, it's going to be a high-scoring game, I'll tell you that. But I see, I don't know, I have this feeling. The Pats are going to take it, man. The Pats are going to take this game because he will prepare and he will know the tendencies of Dump. While Dump's going to be partying hard and not worrying about it and just picking up the controller and playing. And he might, I think it'll be a close game. Okay, maybe, let's say 38-30 game. 38-30 Pats win the game of the week. It's going to be a good one, and if the Pats beat the Jags, I think that might be... that might be it, man. That might be it. That might be it for Dump not making the playoffs, but I hope not. I hope he, can make that game close at least. So, next part of the show, Pauly's top 10 power rankings. I'm going to start from 10 and go down to 1. There'll be some surprises in there. Definitely a lot of surprises.
It's time for Pauly's top 10 SML power rankings.
All right, we're here. Power rankings, folks. Number 10, I have the 3-1, surprising so far. Pittsburgh Steelers at number 10. Chrisman and his boys are doing well in that division. Maybe he had a resurgence after his, broken hand or whatnot. But 3-1, pretty impressive. Then we have the Chiefs at number 9. 3-1 record with the best team in the game. Expectations are high for him. He's got to, come through because next game, he doesn't get a good team, he may be in trouble because he has a pretty good team right now. Number 8, I got the Ravens. He just played a game. He just won a game. Wasn't convinced, on his game. Again, Meats, I was high on him in the beginning. And now I'm starting to see his game, and it's just run. Run with Lamar a little bit. And then run a lot with his running back, who's like 99 speed, 99 jukes or whatever. But his passing game needs to be developed, and his user needs to be developed. He's not a complete player right now. And I tell the truth, man. I love him. I love Meats, man. He's my boy, but right now, he's not a complete player. He needs to get better in those aspects. And, don't ask me how to get better because I'm not that good. But, he's got to get better in those aspects. Number 7, I got the Bears and Oshie. I play him in about an hour or two. He's probably going to whip me, but I'm going to try to keep it close. He's real good with the user. Got to keep away. Got to have a couple reads ready in your pocket. 3-1. Then I got the Colts. Prime time, 0-0-0. 15-time champ or last season's chump, whatever you want to call it, at 4-1. I love the guy. He's a great guy. Great man, but lately he's been in a slump, but now he's coming out of it, 4-1, but what reigns in my mind is just that loss to QB stud, man. That was ugly. That was like on a Friday night's game when I'm getting blown out by halftime and I don't know what to do in the second half. That's what it feels like, but he will come back. He's the greatest player ever lived in this league, so, I have confidence in him. And, I know he'll come back, and it's just, maybe it was a bad matchup versus QB. Maybe he wasn't ready, versus QB. It all could be the truth, but he still, he still is the champ, right?
This is prime time, 0-0-0, 15-time SML
Thanks, Prime. Prime, I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Really do. You're coming on the show here and there. You really bring the ratings up. So, Jets at number 5, 4-1. Royce has been playing great. I saw one game. He dominated versus a good opponent. He's doing well. Massachusetts native. I hope he does some good things in the AFC East tough division. And we have Lawyer Killer, Pack, 4-1. Very solid. I think he could take the NFC North. I think him and Oshie can battle out. He's pretty good, man. He's pretty good. Doesn't get the credit he deserves. Then I got at number 3, I got the Bills, 4-1. Conk. Oh my God! With all his players suspended, he's still putting up points. He's a threat, man, because he knows the game so well and he has so much practice time now. Then we got the Pats, smartest guy in the room, the know-it-all, at 4-0, undefeated. And I know he's going to be mad because I didn't put him at number 1. But until you win a ship, you don't deserve to be number 1, man. Do it in the playoffs. I saw you last year in the playoffs. Bend over and let them jam you, So hopefully that doesn't happen this season and you continue to win. As I told you before, I think you have a great game, man. Number 1, the champ is here. Woo! Sunday Squad, 4-1. Number 1 in the SML and the baby GOAT coming on. I see a lot of great things coming from him. He won 2 Primer championships and then the SML championship. First player to ever do so. Okay, most electrifying figure in the SML right now. Even though he doesn't talk a lot, he lets his talking on the field happen. That's where he gets his talking in, when he crushes you. Okay, like he did to me, 20-0. All right, so that's Pauly's top 10 power rankings. Last but not least, I know we're at, 20 or so minutes here. Last but not least, we got water cooler talk.
It's time for water cooler talk around the SML with Paul.
Here we go, folks. We got a couple topics I want to get through here. So, here's one of the topics, one of the two, abilities. Turn them off or, keep them on. I say, and again, it's just my 2 cents. I say the last season, why not turn them off and see how those greats are, if they're still great. It's a challenge to guys like Meats, guys like Gov, guys like Oshie with his Cohen. Let's turn them off. Let's see what happens. Let's see if you're as good with if we even out the playing field a little bit. Let's see. Let's see. I'm not saying you aren't, but let's see. Because I don't have many guys that contribute like that on my team. I'll tell you that. And I just took over a team late in the cycle, much like QB Stud did. And, our teams aren't stacked like you guys had the opportunity to develop it from the start of the game. And that's just my 2 cents on that. Turn off the abilities for the last season. Come on, Prime. Come on. Reach down, okay, and see how big, they are. And if you have, if you want to do something that's going to change the league a little bit and add a little flair, why don't you just turn the abilities off for the last season before the new game? Why not? It's be very interesting. To me at least it will be. And then last but not least, I want to run through, okay? My pet peeve is people that lose games and then come into chat and say the game screwed me. Stop making excuses, okay, that the game screwed you. Both players are playing the same game, man, and you know who you are, Conk, and there's some others I don't want to name because I don't want to get your panties in a bunch, but stop making excuses, guys. Okay, the game is the same for both people. Don't make excuses. You lose, okay, you reevaluate your game, and you try to make corrections and get better next time. You don't say the game sucks or the algorithm got me or that was bullshit, the guy shouldn't have dropped it or whatever. It is what it is. You don't see me going out there on Friday nights and blaming the refs after the game or telling the other coach at the handshake, yeah, your team sucks. They cheated us. Like, no. You take the loss. You go back to the locker room, go back to the film room, study harder, practice harder, and get better the next week. What a bunch of pansies. Okay, you complain because the game screwed you. That's just a cheap way out. And that's what I'm telling you, man, because I don't care. I'll tell you the truth. I have nothing to lose. I'll tell you the truth. And that's how I'm going to end this show, man, just by saying that. That's my pet peeve, and you can continue to do it. There's no problem with it. But, just be a man. Stand up, man. Stand up. Stand up and take the loss, man. I've taken a lot of losses in my career on and off the field and on the Madden field. So, I'm used to it by now. But, hey, this is another episode. I'll be back around, let's say, the half-point mark of the SML season with another guest. So, I know it's lining up in my DMs. I'll get all you guys on. Don't worry about it. I guess, again, want to thank you guys, for being supporters of the show. And again, if you're, if you get mad easy or you get your feelings hurt, please don't listen to the show because I'm just telling the truth, man. You know, we're here, all guys trying to have a good time. I don't take it, that serious where I get mad or anything like that. I just bust people's balls. So if you don't want to hear the show, if you get, hurt and you can't sleep that night, don't listen. It's okay, man. I love you all, but if you want to man up, listen to the show and we'll have a good time together here. And that's about it. And last, I just want to say fuck you, Corona. You ruined everybody's lives, and hopefully we can get all our lives back to normal sooner than later, man, because I can't stand it. I like the time off and all, but I like my, normal everyday life, man, and sports, my son's sports, and sports on TV. So, hey, Corona, fuck off, man, and die, will ya? All right, I'm out. Pauly's out. SML, #1 league. Let's get it. It's going to be lit. It's going to be fire. Peace out.